Yes, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is What's on Jones coming right back at you. And I'm going to be talking about remembering the invasion angle. The Attitude Era was still going around this time. I heard somebody one time say that once, WCW had went out, the Attitude Era was pretty much over. But I don't really feel that way. Maybe it lasted one more year longer. But I want to talk about the invasion angle. Some people say that this invasion angle is a big, epic fail, a letdown. Like some people really feel that way. Now, sometimes I feel like people who say that are people who were the WCW fans because, WCW, let's be honest here, they lost the war. They lost the invasion angle war. Now, the problem with this invasion angle was they didn't have the big stars from WCW that they were supposed to have. They didn't have Hogan, they didn't have Goldberg, they didn't have Sting, Lex Luger, Diamond Dallas Page. Diamond Dallas Page was there, but Diamond Dallas Page, he wasn't the same DDP. He was not the same DDP at all. But the WWE side of things, they had all their biggest stars except for for Triple H. So Triple H was the only guy who really wasn't there as far as their big main eventers. Now, I personally enjoyed the angle. I didn't think it was boring. I remember at one point I was watching a stream on the internet and they was showing the invasion angle. Now they were showing all the matches, all the Raws, all the SmackDowns for the invasion angle, the pay-per-views, and I wasn't bored by it. As a matter of fact, it just took me back when I was a kid. The invasion angle happened, I think, in 2001. I think WCW went out in 2001. The invasion angle basically happened when WCW had closed out. And around this time, you didn't know that WCW closed out. Like if another wrestling company, big time wrestling company just closed out, you're going to find about that on the internet instantly. Literally instantly. So I remember watching Monday Night Raw. Vince McMahon shows up and he says that he bought WCW. He said that he literally bought his competition. He said that. And I remember thinking, is that really true? I didn't know if it was really true or not. I remember they would show like Jeff Jarrett and a couple of things with WCW. I wasn't really understanding they were showing that on Monday Night Raw. But then towards the end of the night, you see Vince McMahon. He comes out to the ring. He's bragging, he's smiling, he's laughing. He's talking in his big giant, raspy voice about how he crushed this competition and then he bought them and he's putting WCW on the shelf. He's teasing people, showing up saying, hey, how about Goldberg? Would you like to see Goldberg? Would you like to see Sting? Would you like to see Hogan? And he basically said WCW is buried. And a lot of people said that that's what happened to these guys, that they got buried. But after a while, Shane McMahon comes. He's talking. He comes and he doesn't come to a WWE arena. He doesn't come to a WWE event. No, he is walking out on Monday Night Nitro. This is a history-making night. Shane McMahon walks out on Monday Night Nitro. This is on Monday Night Raw. And I remember literally turning back and forward like I couldn't help it because I thought that was so damn cool. Oh, God, that is one of the more cooler moments in WWE history. Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon both on Monday Night Raw. Shane McMahon was on Monday Night Raw too. Technically, you have to be watching Monday Night Raw, but he was on WCW Nitro, Monday Night Nitro. So that was a really, really, really cool moment. So this is where the invasion angle begins. It begins right here. Certainly, we get ECW. And ECW, I don't think they had all of their big number one mainstay stars either. But, some people will say, it was basically a bunch of mid-carders. I guess high-level mid-carders. You had the Dudley Boys. You had Rhino. Rhino, to me, really wasn't that big of a deal. But I knew he was from ECW. Who else did ECW guys had? I can't remember. But, they didn't have a lot of big mainstay guys. It was just basically a bunch of mid-carders from WCW and ECW. They had Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam was one of the few guys who I knew from ECW around that time. Now, the invasion angle to me was entertaining. You gotta at least say it was entertaining. If you don't want to say that it's not a classic or anything like that, I mean, almost a classic to me. I can see why some people will say, "Oh, well, it was a burial, that it was an epic fail." But come on, let's be honest here. It was entertaining. Were you bored by the invasion angle? I know I wasn't. I can't speak for anyone else. I was never bored by the invasion angle. I made sure I tuned in every Monday, every Thursday on SmackDown, every Monday on Raw, every Thursday on SmackDown, because I wanted to see what happened next. The invasion angle was at least entertaining. If you want to say it was an epic fail because, well, they didn't have their biggest stars for obvious reasons. They didn't have their biggest stars. I understand that, but it was still entertaining. Like that, no doubt it was entertaining. A pay-per-view, the invasion pay-per-view, one of the best pay-per-views I've seen ever. That is one of the best pay-per-views I've seen ever. I remember the match between Rob Van Dam and Jeff Hardy. I think they had a hardcore match. It was either a ladder match or a hardcore match. They had a really, really great match. Like, those guys had great matches. Hardcore matches and ladder matches. I believe that's what they had. They had really, really great matches. Jeff Hardy and Rob Van Dam. So I remember, they put Austin with the Alliance because, well, they were lacking stars. That's basically why they did. They even put Kurt Angle over there for a little while, even though he was supposed to be like a spy for them, for the WWE. But they put Austin over there, and I remember when Austin betrayed the WWE, I was like, wow, I never felt betrayed in so damn long, because Steve Austin was probably my favorite wrestler ever. At this point, he's like my favorite wrestler. And I felt like once he betrayed the WWE at the invasion angle, I felt like he betrayed me. I was like, oh wow, Austin, you betrayed me. Because I wasn't a WCW fan. I wasn't like a WCW hater or anything like that. But that wasn't the team that I was with. That wasn't the team that I was rooting for when it came to Monday night. I was always watching Raw. So I would say the invasion angle is at least decent. Like, don't say like it was crap or anything like that. It wasn't boring. I never found it boring. So that is my opinion. I'm just going back, just remembering, around this time in 2001, if I'm not mistaken. I think I was like 13 or maybe 12. The invasion angle, yes, it was lacking because they was lacking big stars, especially from WCW. But the invasion angle was at least entertaining and interesting. So, this is Warzone Jones. If you haven't done so, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. If you haven't done so, go ahead and do it. You won't get a ticket if you click it. I'm out. Deuces.